Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Friday market webcast. Okay, so yesterday we said we were knocking on the door of new highs. ECB comes out, they go ahead and they print that 27.75. What I said at the time was I didn't want to chase it to the upside. I've never done well over the years in chasing moves like that to the upside. It's better to let them kind of work themselves out and then create either lower highs to short or higher lows to buy. So as the morning played out, that 28 was not particularly achievable. So we ended up shorting against it, got it in the 25 area, 25 quarter, and we rode that down through the open and had our day pretty much done, with the morning at 12 and change. We ended up 15 and change on the day. What was interesting to me was the 9-day still acted as support. So, and you've got now you've got the daily midband coming up to meet it. Also, if you take it out back to the this move up to the roundy, even with two all-time highs, you are still looking at ultimately compression. You can see the Bollinger Bands starting to get tight again, and that's good news for volatility. You've got bandwidth of 2.34. Now that's not it hasn't reached a point of critical mass yet, but the fact that the bands are compressing like that, and chances are they'll probably get within 2, should and typically does and ultimately will provide a really nice expansion as we end July and head into August. I would love to have an expansive August heading into the fall. But just understand, we've got some compression now on the daily bands, and that's going to have to play out. Look, yesterday was a 29 handle range. The day before was a 26 handle range. There's not much to complain about in the way of volatility. I'm not particularly thrilled with how the tape is trading from tick to tick, because it'll make a very nice move. And then it'll really wash everybody out in both directions before making the next move. So the moves to support and resistance, for my taste, and it's just me, are not as crisp as I would imagine most people would like. And it's like I said the other day: take your profits where you find them. Understand your ultimate area as far as risk is concerned, and understand where you're wrong. It's not a tape to dig your heels in. It's not a tape to get, ideological in the very short term, because, especially on the short side, because the reason we keep going and making these new highs is because you keep having people saying, well, 23.5, that's enough. That's enough, right? Right, everybody? It's enough? And they come in and they short it, and so they pull it back to the 9-day, and then they're wrong. And, they took that Friday close. Friday closed at 69.5. That's 60 handles. Just about. That's not something I really want to get in front of on the short side. I'll take it for a trade when they can't when they can't convert the 28 in the morning after Draghi comes out and does his usual spiel. But when it got down into the area of our proprietary lower level and it can't make a bias and it can't do this and it can't do that, well, then you take your profits. You take your profits. So heading into today, it's Friday. In the summer, that can go either way, meaning you can have some vol or it can be pretty sleepy. I don't like to judge these things before they actually open. It's pointless. You've got the hourly midband at 10 and change. The daily pivot is sitting right underneath it. Let's go to the hourly chart. You can see the grind to the upside. That's a potential higher low. And the bears really need this to be a lower high. So you've got the hourly midband, daily pivot. Price just bounced off of that at 30.10. The best thing that the bulls could do for themselves is really to stay above that 10 area. Even if they can't make a higher high, controlling hourly mid throughout the day does set up a decent, puts them in a decent spot for next week. Volume weighted average price is at 12 and change. Our proprietary moving average is at 15. So 10 to 15 in an environment, 10 to 15 is a 5-handle bull bear, in an environment where on the daily chart we're compressing, you could see a real battleground in and around this mid band and this pivot. Weekly pivot's pretty much been decided, and I would not be surprised if he chopped around, at least for the open. So don't overtrade it and take what the market gives you. And if one side or the other wants to make a move from late morning into the close, there's probably one really good one in the tape. All right. Take care. Trade them well. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.